Hi, welcome back to Mejorar Mi Vida. I am Lizette Sandoval. I'm here trying to adjust the things if you see me kind of everywhere. I'm in a new place. Obviously, I don't have a fabulous background. I have one person that will definitely give me feedback about that, but hopefully next week I can give you a better background. But today is, we're still on the topic of friends, and I'm super excited about it because it's my favorite topic. And just to remind you, this was number 2 topic with all of my friends. You know who you are. And a lot of my clients last year, they found themselves being isolated, and they wanted to make sure that they wanted to connect with people, but they were so busy they didn't know how. So I'm going to give you some few tips here today. And as always, you can find this video on my website, my Facebook, but also the worksheet that goes along with it, okay? So let's dive in. First and foremost, one of the advice that I want to give you of making friends as an adult is don't do it. I know, right? You don't have to go that far. You basically have to go within by doing all the work that we did last week, by doing the self-eval and asking yourself, am I a good friend? But then I don't want you to reinvent the wheel. Honey, go in your contacts list. Don't make it difficult. Maybe it's been a year since the last time you reached out to a friend, and maybe you were like, I feel really bad about that. I should really reach out. Do it. Reach out. I mean, they are your friends. And since you did last week's inventory, you know your limitations and boundaries of what you can give as a friend. But if you can give your friendship, your attention, a phone call, then that's all you can give. That's all you're going to give. And that's great. That's a good start. So don't feel like you have to go above and beyond. You can go minimal as long as you know your boundaries. Let me see my second one. I got to put it up on my screen. Second one. I mean, we talked about this. The self-eval is so important. And the self-eval is basically being self-aware of yourself and those around you. This is your friends. You have to know whether you have the skills in order for you to be their friend in certain situations or not. But it takes for you to know yourself. So please do the self-eval. And if you haven't, stop right now, and then you're going to have to go back and do it. So knowing yourself is trusting yourself. You can trust yourself with the tools that you have of being a great friend and go out there and reach out. Now, you know that an apology may be in order. If you, after last week's eval, you said, wow, I haven't been such a great friend according to my definition, I may have to say I'm sorry. And guess what? You're going to have to do the I'm sorry part. So get to it. You got to go through the list and write down whether you need an apology there or not. Now, if you feel that they need an apology, well, you can't do anything about that, but you can definitely reach out and say, hey, I've been a crap friend and I'm sorry. Let's start over, or how are you? The next one, I know you guys are the next one's time management. This is one of the problems. This is one of the things we touched on last month, time management. Guys, if you are not making non-negotiable time for you to put in your schedule, for you to call your friend or visit with them, then you're not doing it right. So if you know you've gone through the self-eval and you're like, I'm a fabulous friend with some work to do on the side there, great. But how about now I'm not consistent reaching out to my friend? Well, then you're going to have to put non-negotiable. I know exactly the time that I can call my friend in Austin, Texas. You know who you are. And I have it in my schedule. It pops up. And then if I'm not out and about, or I know that I can do a quick 20 minutes, I check in. I'm like, can you talk? Sometimes I just call. And I'm like, hey, what's up? If she answers, great. If she doesn't, well, then next time. No worries. So again, this is something that you may want to check. Okay. Now, the last why even do it? Why even have friends? Well, come on, guys. They add a little spice and variety to your life. Come on, be serious. For me, this is huge. This is a big part of that pie chart of life, that slice of having friends, really fulfills something for me. Because, well, it gives you perspective, doesn't it? It gives you perspective. It allows you to have different opinions. And you'll be surprised that maybe your like-minded friend comes in from left field with a really great idea, and you're like, wow, I didn't expect that from you, but thank you. So again, it adds this spice and variety to your life, because honestly, I just heard it. God, did I just hear it this morning? No, I think I heard it this weekend. That's right. I just heard it last night before I went to bed. My friend said, I don't know what's going on with his other friends, because guess what? I've been busy with work, my life, my family. Yeah, but what about that extra added slice? Did you forget that? I mean, obviously we're on the phone, so that was cool, but face-to-face contact is kind of nice too, right? I mean, I know I'm online and I know I do everything online, but I do like face-to-face contact. So guys, please, if you haven't already, stop here, go back and do the self-eval, last week's self-eval, because it's super important for this step. And obviously one of the homework assignments in the worksheet that's on my mini blog is for you to go through your contacts list and reach out to those that, well, maybe you haven't talked to in a while. And if you find that it's your time management, you have to schedule it and say, okay, well, when's a great time to talk, and put it in your schedule. And I say this because I'm international. A lot of my friends are back home, and I find that only a few really do put it in their schedule, and they know what time it is here for me. And sometimes they don't, and so they call me like at 3 o'clock in the morning, but that's okay. I still like it. Thank you. Next week, are you guys ready? I have a friend's recipe, and that's on purpose because I like to cook, but this is a friend's recipe. So next week, you can actually apply this to your contacts list or new people that you meet out there. And we're going to touch on various topics that I think you're going to like. And then I'm also going to have an interview next week with someone special. Can't wait to announce that next week. But have a wonderful week. I do hope that you are touching and scheduling some phone calls with your friends, because they really do add a lot of value to you. And it's funny, the more you do these action steps, you notice that since January in these videos, I always say, go back and do the worksheet. They're actionable steps for you to realize a lot of things, which could be mindful, emotional intelligence, but mostly self-awareness, isn't it? And that's the most important ingredient in this pie chart of life, okay? So go out there and practice, do a good job, and I'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.